Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spoiler Warning, where shoot, Josh, do you remember what we are?
Yeah, we a coal company.
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
Yes. So, how, what? Let's role play a coal company. What does a coal company want?
Oh God, just the worst things. It wants to crush people into small, bloody nuggets of value and labor. Massacres, hiring private detectives, washing the streets of West Virginia with gore. Oh, they want all of the worst things. Anyway, we're gonna play a video game.
Yeah. So, we're back with Crimes and Punishments. There's a ghost train that disappeared.
Wait, there was a ghost train?
I'm trying to walk through
What?
in my head. How do I summarize this case so far? And going fuck it, I don't know what's going on.
What did I miss? There was a ghost
A train disappeared, and we discovered that it was not abducted by aliens, but in fact, for some reason, the people who stole the train, well, this train was stolen, first of all, and
Somebody
and
Carmen
and
Sandiego'd
something
an
just
entire
happened, and I
train?
don't even know what's going on. Yeah, someone disappeared a train, and then they made a fake train so that they could bring that fake train to the station that Sherlock was at, but make it disappear at the last second.
Okay,
And
don't take this the wrong way, but I really want to watch like a mystery episodic show where you guys solve crimes.
I don't know why they did that. Okay, what's going on here? We had something. Oh, the mines are collapsed. Okay. I don't know how that would fit with any of these things, so that's cool. I'm glad that's here.
Wait, I saw Chileans. Are Chileans involved now?
Yes.
Yeah, the Chileans were on one of the train cars when the train disappeared. Like an entire car got cleared out so that the Chileans could take over.
Screw.
Someone removed these screws, most probably
These
to
don't
take
look
down
like
the
screws
road.
to me.
What?
you guys.
Oh, okay.
A few feet of the
I didn't know when
rails
Chile
have been
became a thing. Apparently, Chile became a thing in 1818.
Yeah, a lot of South and Central American countries got their start around that time, or the next couple of decades after that. I think like by the 1890s, it was pretty set. Mine guards, your guards.
This is the cabin for the mine's security person.
So while Josh examines all of these Minecrafts, I actually have some housekeeping based
God
on our
damn it, Rutskarn. That was
wild
so
and
bad.
slanderous comments about
This
Doncaster
box
last
must be the
week.
safe. Let's open it.
Lockpicking minigame. The one minigame that is consistent across the different chapters. I guess it's good that it's not a terrible one.
No, it's actually pretty fun. Anyway, as you may recall, I remarked during the last block of episodes that I really hoped we had a fan in Doncaster after I accused it of being a town of shiftless cannibals. And sure enough, we actually did. A fan got back to us, Adam Griffiths, and let us know, hey, yep, from Doncaster. And I actually wrote him back, and I asked if he had any fun facts about Doncaster that he wanted to share. And he Googled and couldn't find it.
Awesome.
It's
Cool.
actually not quite... Okay, that's actually not quite true. He discovered that the Doncaster had the world record
not it?
for oldest goldfish.
Oh,
It was won at a fun fair in Doncaster in 1956. The goldfish was named Tish and lived to be 43. A fish named Tish. And it was quite a dish. As we all know, from such documents as All Creatures Great and Small and All Things Bright and Beautiful, country fun fairs in the sort of English countryside, when it comes to judging animals and other things, very scrupulously fair. Never any exaggerations, never any funny business. It's all completely over the level. Oh, all above board.
Okay, so that's got to go that way. Oh, all right. I guess I got it. I can't tell if that minigame is actually really hard and I've just gotten lucky a couple times, and then that was me looking at like, oh, actually, this is not easy at all. Or if it's just, I don't know, it's not a bad minigame, it's just strange.
And the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
Where? Oh no, we have to go talk to Mycroft.
I hate that guy.
So
I'm a real cop.
Chileans and Mexicans want to buy this British mine.
Mm-hmm.
We know Chileans were involved in the disappearance of the train, apparently. I feel like they were also called the Barcazas.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll
keep
find out
digging.
Whatever the answer is to that question. Oh, one other housekeeping thing. Paul Birchenow recommended that I watch the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes series from the 1980s, and I just wanted to say it's very good. I'm enjoying it. So far,
yeah, I've heard good
all
things
the
about that
episodes
one.
I've found have been of cases I've already read, but I enjoy it, and I am for Demand or else, I am getting around to the Soviet TV adaptation if I can just find a good upload of it. The only Soviet thing I've watched, to my recollection, was I watched a Soviet version of The Hobbit that was produced as a made-for-television film, and the person had put subtitles over it, which I suspect are not accurate literal translations of the Russian dialogue.
Well, I guess we're not going in there then.
Unless there was a lot more stoner humor in like late 20th century Soviet TV than I'd previously reckoned.
Hey, Josh.
Would Tolkien appreciate stoner humor?
I really doubt it.
Not if it was allegoric.
No, yeah. That's right.
That's the thing I get a kick the most out of watching that J.R.R. Tolkien trailer for the biography of his life, where it like clearly establishes that the Lord of the Rings is an allegory for World War II or whatever, and he's so on the record as saying that it isn't.
Yeah.
It provides me tremendous joy. I do like that this game does have detective vision.
Unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry.
Well, as we've established, Sherlock Holmes was a witcher.
Purpose. Let us look inside.
So this is going to sound really dumb, but have we considered that way a coal mine is just misspelled and someone took a letter in the sign? Because it's kind of like not aligned properly.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Alex, but why do I have a gun now?
And you're pointing it at some explosives.
What the?
Go back to the sign. I want to talk about Alex's thing. That's more interesting than a gun.
Yeah, hit escape to exit.
Guns are in every game. Unaligned text is not in every
exit
game.
now, your progress will not be saved.
No.
What the fuck is happening?
Don't exit.
Okay, just shoot the
Where's
thing.
Watson?
Shoot Watson. So you have to shoot the package, clearly.
It blew up. Cool.
Dynamite.
I'm glad that our solution to determine what that was to shoot it to see if it would blow up. I'm sorry. Back to the coal thing.
I think that might be a coal mine at Holmes trapped under the debris. Better shoot it just to be sure.
Like, look at this. Doesn't it seem like there's a letter missing, or is something's like rearranged?
It does look like the paint has been scrubbed off a letter, but I think it's supposed to be Way of Cold Mine.
What do you think? Have you tried doing the detective vision directly onto the sign?
Nothing seems to be happening.
Okay, you know what I think it's supposed to be? I think that the text is supposed to be centered on each individual board, but if you look, the boards are not aligned properly. Wow, this is some not my job shit right here. You'd think they'd take 5 fucking seconds to, like, level the boards against a wall or something.
It bothers me so much because it's so artificial.
So for the mines,
that might
I wish there was
actually
a
been
good
an
way
accident.
to determine.
That might actually have been an accident on the part of the game designers. Like, that might have legitimately been, like, an art accident.
Just accidentally pressed tab too many times or not enough?
I think that they produced each individual board with the text centered, and then, like, maybe they, or the textures, they just, like, centered the text on each board, but then, like, they weren't in simpatico with the modeler, who was, like, skewing the boards so that they weren't evenly spaced for some reason. Because in the 19th century, it was prohibitively expensive to square your boards up against a flat surface before you nailed them outside your place of business.
Oh, you know what? It definitely was, because we've got the in-game, in the journal thing, and it's centered here.
By Jove! I think we've cracked the case.
Okay, well, you know what our next call to action is we have to figure out who was in charge of this and just point it out to them and be like, hey, maybe you want to go in and...
This is broken, please fix.
Just it's just bothering a whole bunch of us, and it would just make your game look a little bit more polished if you just pressed tab.
Like, come up with an excuse to bring Frogware's developers in on the next, 3 episodes in batches
Oh my god,
3.
I would love that!
And just, casually cross-reference them.
Get them for the show right now. Book
how would it work? When you guys would create an asset, how would you guys do that? What was the process? Did you create the textures first? Really, every time? So you did that every time. Okay, interesting. Who was your texture designer? Who was that did that?
Oh, that looks really cramped. Their knees are right up on each other.
I wanted to say something about that last week.
We can ask all the questions.
I realized I didn't check this side of the station before we ran off to go check the switches when we were here last. I was rewatching the episodes as I was editing, and I was like, Josh, why didn't you go into the fucking station? And it turns out that there's nothing in this room. So that's cool.
Don't you hate it when that happens, that you notice you did something dumb when you're editing an episode?
Ah! Watson, don't run at me like that. What? Guys, the glow from the fire is clipping through the wall.
Is that light pollution?
Oh,
is that what light pollution
is ringing too.
Wow, has that ever happened? Have you ever gotten
in
a call
real life?
Video
No.
game? No. Well, it says scam likely, which I get
I'm ready for this.
T-Mobile, and they get. I'm not gonna fucking answer that shit.
I'm an expert on that.
Exist. But I'm on T-Mobile, and I've got they've got something that comes with it that tells you oh, this looks like a scam, so maybe don't answer it.
Hi, I'm Scam Likely, and I'd like to sell you a timeshare.
Yeah, I get 10 a day, and
we
as far as I can tell,
in Chessington, Chesterfield. Where are we?
Chesterfield, Chessington.
It sounded British. I don't know.
Right, so
no,
Chessington
Chessington is where the porn parody of this episode takes place.
I almost just asked, do you think there's porn of Sherlock Holmes? But yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the Sherlock TV show.
It doesn't even matter. Oh my god, it
Did he
doesn't
draw
even matter.
a little ghost train?
Yeah,
I would go so far as to
that's
say...
where they saw the ghost train.
I would go. Not only is there obviously Sherlock Holmes porn, I would go so far as to say that you can find any setting or time period you want for lesbian Sherlock Holmes porn.
Oh yeah, that's where the money's at.
Oh shit! I've actually seen that.
Sherlock Holmes.
Hey Josh, you want some advice?
Yeah.
Stay off the moors.
Thanks, Chris.
I'm sorry, I have to make a... It's the only chance I get to make to reference American Werewolf. Right now, anyway. Eventually I'll get more.
A funny character. He looks anxious.
It looked like he was striding right for us. Where'd he go?
An Englishman.
No, he went the opposite direction. We walked in and he immediately got up and left, despite the fact that he was waiting in an empty room.
Oh no!
It's like the Get
Take
Out
a big ol'
challenge.
sniff.
Oh no!
Remember that?
It's the tobacco mini game.
Also,
No, it's
you
not.
can instantly tell what it's a picture of.
Yeah, you can.
Let's go to south of the border, South Carolina, and get some cigars.
We could go to that place that you talked about last time.
Josh.
That was like the fake Texas place in the middle of nowhere or whatever.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's south of the border.
Oh, okay. I'm catching on a little bit slowly.
Yeah,
but
no, yeah. I'm so happy every time Josh references south of the border, like, because I'm happy to remember it exists.
We have to do a field trip now. That's where we'll all meet.
Yep. Oh no.
That's our meeting spot.
Oh no.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
I really want to see Sherlock put this back down and then like turn away and walk away and then turn back and Watson has the cigar in his mouth. Like, well, that guy's not smoking it anymore. You said it was a high quality cigar.
Apparently it's a real type of cigar.
Yeah. You say that this is a high-quality cigar, Holmes. Yes, it is, Watson. A high-quality Mexican cigar. Wait, is that why you envisioned a sombrero? Yes, you know about specific Mexican kinds of tobacco, and yet when you envision Mexico, you instantly think of a sombrero. Why not a donkey? Why not a piñata?
There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here.
I'm just saying, it's a very stereotypical association.
Well concluded, my dear.
Did they
fellow.
have that kind of stereotype at the time? Like iconography? Like, it's weird to think about how stereotypes work, but like, I don't know how you would get a stereotype of a sombrero when you don't have television. Right? Like, I'm sure stereotypes about other cultures existed in... It's England in the height of the colonial era. I'm sure there are terrible stereotypes. But they don't have TV. How would you get the iconography of a sombrero?
Full of ash and cigar stubs.
Right? Like, I don't know. I think that's weird.
It is definitely
Mexicans
weird.
Wearing them, I don't know.
Well, but where would you see that?
They had newspapers, I guess.
Photography?
Probably. Okay.
Does nobody work
So,
at any of these stations?
Probably
Like,
where they would see it would be specifically like an engraving or a print or a curio or a souvenir, which is drawing from exoticism surrounding that area. So, I mean, assuming that a
That's true.
sombrero was popularized in that form, it's actually quite possible that would be his visual association with Mexico.
That's fair.
It just like it's a bit on the nose. I mean, like, okay, let's see. I'm trying to think about like Mexico politically at that time.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, you know, in America, typically, if you had that association, it would probably be either from Mexican restaurants or like Looney Tunes, and not like etchings done in a newspaper. But that makes sense that in the 1800s,
Expensive vice.
Looney Tunes.
the
did exist.
exoticized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did.
I was gonna say, like, we're a little early for Looney Tunes, like a couple decades.
No, I'm talking about what we would have grown up with, not.
Oh, fortunately, conveniently, there's a telegraph here we can use to contact Mycroft sometime later.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the...
Oh, I thought you meant we could contact him sometime later, and the game was just telling you, we're going to do that sometime later.
It is an interesting one.
Sherlock, I don't understand what you mean by we a coal company. I'm not a coal company. You're not a coal company. What are you even talking about?
Also,
Stop
why is it
wasting my
off-center
time.
in the telegram? I don't understand.
It's just the rest of the game, whenever it pops up, is just like slightly off in some direction.
Mycroft just responds in all caps, kerning.
Okay, so yeah, I think we had heard Barkazas before.
Could it have been with those patents?
I think maybe Robinson mentioned them.
Yeah.
Why do I not have...
Because you haven't discovered
Yes.
anything that suggests the specific
Okay.
alternative motive.
Can we take this guy's tea set? Times.
Are you asking
Mysterious
if
drama
you,
in London.
Sherlock Holmes, a London gentleman, could just jack some shit that's been left lying out?
I mean, Watson took the cigar.
Are you in your head canon?
You don't have any proof that Watson didn't take the cigar. I mean, is it on the
That's
floor anymore? I don't see it.
That's true.
Holmes, look.
Here's my 20-minute video on why Watson took that cigar.
I believe that the flooded area
Explaining
might be worth
the real meaning of Sherlock Holmes' crimes and punishments.
But that's just a theory.
I didn't want to say...
God damn it.